Cochise Field in Seattle. It's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And a promising start as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. They had 2 straight first downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass.
Talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on. Again, it's Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The time we give you a look at what's going on there. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot. But nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. He'll look to throw. It's caught on the side.
Seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year. So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots and you're playing divisional games.
And hang on, 3rd down. Looking from the gun. Lance trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. play action. They'll throw. Rodgers brings it in. Touchdown! A great play there with his first. The passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Here's Lance to throw it.
And that ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you're...
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Derek. The ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7. And it was the visiting Seahawks who were victorious in that one. So they now look for the sweep here back home in Seattle. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for Seattle.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. Now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is caught. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone covering. That type of indecision.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Looking to throw again on second down. Lance. And this at him
and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Escaping the pressure right. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The third. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll look to throw. They'll get that complete to Parkinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On first down, they'll run with Hunt, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He hits his target, Lockett. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Yeah, 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're
got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbound.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Call it a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Mitchell. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Lance going to throw. This is caught. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, Mitchell. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Niners have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't matter. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. Tackle made there by Chris Wormley.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offense.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt, and they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. So the victory here for Seattle, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Seahawks, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second down, here's an option right. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Well, sometimes that option...
I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Left side caught by Diggs. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackle down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They run it with Carson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. A great play there. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a first
time about the NFL being a passing league. But the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the
pressure comes. He's taken down.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Now the offense going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, as the 1st half is winding down. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before he'd put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the 1st half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Powers through it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
On 1st down, Carson. Room here to run. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson. Into the weekend in the NFC, and with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance, as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use Fortnite. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Hey, you got three.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, second and tricks on him. We'll step aside and be right back. Throwing now is Murray. And this is good.
Crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he's brought down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
Get away. Watch twist. 18 Cardinal.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A pair of negative running plays, and now they're looking up at a 3rd down at 17 to go. They'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
Can hit him as long as it's still done legally, but anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved. And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends are creating so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On 2nd and very short, Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Murray to air it out again. Murray fighting, lost the football. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Shotgun now from Murray toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
2nd down and goal. Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They run again with Hunt. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
They run for it with Carson. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? So the victory here for Seattle. And you look back over the score sheet. Interesting. A very clean game. No turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Seahawks, they continue to show they'll be a tough out in the playoffs as they move to 14-2 on the year. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.
Thank you.